Have you ever watched someone your age retire at 40 while you're still grinding at 60, wondering where the hell you went wrong? Maybe you've seen that friend who started investing pocket change in their 20s and now owns 3 rental properties, while you're still debating whether you can afford guacamole at Chipotle. Well, here's the uncomfortable truth nobody wants to talk about. Every single month you postpone starting your financial journey is costing you thousands of dollars in future wealth. Not hundreds, thousands. My name is Nick, and I spend way too much time thinking about compound interest and why so many people understand it intellectually but refuse to act on it. If you want to understand exactly how much your procrastination costs you every month, make sure to hit that subscribe button on Money Mindset and give this video a thumbs up if it changes how you think about your financial future. The difference between someone who starts investing at 20% and someone who starts at 30 is massive, hundreds of thousands of dollars by retirement. And the person who started at 25 didn't save more. They just started earlier. Let me show you with real numbers. Say you invest $500 a month at a 7% return. If you start at 25, by 65 you'll have around $1.3 million. If your friend waits until 30 to start the same on in $500 per month, with only 35 years to compound, they end up with about $900,000. That's $400,000 less for starting just 5 years late. And if they wait until 35, they'd need to save $1,000 a month just to match what you got by saving $500. They can't buy back lost time. The longer you wait, the harder you must work to catch up. Time is more valuable than money when you're young. If I had to choose between a young person with moderate discipline and an older person with extreme discipline, I'd pick the young person every time. Time is the one resource nobody can buy. You can't create more hours by spending money, but you can make those hours work for you through compound interest. But only if you start. Most people understand the concept of compounding. They've heard Einstein called it the eighth wonder of the world. They even know starting early is better, but they still don't start. They're always waiting for next year, after this bill, after things settle down. But nobody ever feels financially ready. So 5 years pass, then 10. Suddenly you're 45, thinking about retirement, realizing you blew the advantage you could have had. Compound interest isn't intuitive because the growth isn't linear. It's exponential. Your first $500 might only earn $35 the first year. It feels pointless. But that $35 earns returns the next year and the next. By year 10, that first $500 becomes about $1,000. By year 20, nearly $2,000. By year 40, that 1 in 10 500 contribution has grown into almost $8,000. And that's just the first month's contribution. The mindset shift people need. You're not investing for today. You're investing for 30 or 40 years from now. Here's the harsh reality. If you start at 25, you can get wealthy by being normal, save $500 a month and earn average returns. If you wait until 35, you may need $1,200 a month. If you wait until 45, maybe $2,500 a month. If you wait until 50, you're basically in financial crisis mode. The person who started early? At 50, they're not panicking. Compound interest has already done most of the heavy lifting. Now let's talk about something people don't consider when they're young: financial runway. If you start early, by your 40s or 50s, your investments might be generating enough income that you could take a year off, switch to a job you enjoy, start a business, or travel. If you start late, you don't get those options. Options are one of the greatest luxuries in life, and you can't buy them later. You grow into them over decades. There's a psychological benefit too. When you've invested for decades, you've lived through market crashes and recoveries. You stay calm. Someone who starts late panics and sells at the worst times. Starting early also gives you room to fail. If you make a dumb investment at 25, you have time to recover. Make that same mistake at 55, and it can ruin your retirement. Here's another perspective. Every month you delay, you're not just losing $500, you're losing all the future returns that $500 would have generated. 1 month of delay can cost you $5,000 to $7,000 at retirement. A year of delay? Tens of thousands. 5 years? Hundreds of thousands. People think they're delaying a year. They're actually delaying 12 separate opportunities for compounding. A lot of people say, I don't have $500. I barely have $50. That's fine. The habit matters more than the amount. Start with $50. When you earn more, increase it. People who never start, every raise goes to lifestyle, not investing. Some people say, I'm too old to start. You missed the best time, yes. But you're still better off starting today than never starting. The best time to plant a tree was 20 years ago. The second best time is today. People treat compound interest like something that will magically happen to them someday, but they never put money in long enough to experience the magic. When you finally see your investments grow faster than your job pays you, something clicks. But most people quit before reaching that point. Starting early also gives you psychological security. Someone with $100,000 invested often feels wealthier than someone making double the income, but investing nothing. Because wealth is not about income, it's about assets. So if you're wondering whether now is the right time to start, the answer is yes. Right now, this week, open the account, set up automatic transfers, even if it's dollar piet desiat, even if it's $5. Every week you delay is money you're never getting back. You can't change the past, but you absolutely can change your future. And your future self will either thank you or curse you based on what you do now. The beautiful thing is, you don't need to be perfect, just consistent, just patient, just willing to let time do the heavy lifting. The person who starts at 25 with a boring index fund will almost always beat the person who starts at 40 chasing hot investments. Boring wins. Consistency wins. Time wins. So the real question is, will you be intentional, or will you drift and let your financial future happen by accident? Most people drift. Most people delay. You don't have to. You can start today. You can build wealth. It won't be as much as if you started 20 years ago, but it'll be infinitely more than if you keep waiting. Every single day you wait, you are paying the price. So stop waiting. Start today.